All right, I'm in the opening round of the rookie division. I'm in my 77 account. Looking up here at the top of my bracket. I'm in the opening round, so I'm not afraid to look. I don't like to look in the weekend round. I just like to go out there and shoot my game. But 26 is what we're looking for. So my progression, the way that I wanted it to be, is minus 13. So I'm one up, and then minus 28, and then shooting for minus 30 in the weekend round plus. So trying to ramp it up, trying to pick up 3 on a side. So trying to get one of them so it's a standardized shot. So the minus 13 is like in the bag. I'm really like hole number one is the hole that if I can get an eagle on that hole to start the round off, it really gets the ball rolling. But I'm shooting for a minus 28 in this round. So 26 to 28, somewhere in there, that'll be a successful round. I'm trying to get a little up on the minimum score. So we'll have to see what the deal is. I'm going to shoot these. I'll just shoot 7 videos. I'll just shoot until I run out of space, and then I'll start another one. So Koh Hung Resort, hole number 1. All right. I'm doing a max overpower hook shot here. Quarter ring in the rough. I'll have to fire back up again. I'm sure of it. I'm sure. Oh, wow. I got it on there. Unbelievable. I'm going to take an extra mile on a Kingmaker. I will buy a few. Probably have some Kingmaker lookalikes somewhere out there. Really, this is going to boil down to an extra mile and a rapier. I may have to use one of my recovery clubs, but I'm trying to leave everything at home and think positively. Let's get some chests rolling. Get the ball rolling on some chests. 3 away from a pin chest. Here we go. Hole number 1. Okay, I'm doing a quarter of the white ring in the rough when it's fully extended. I'm doing if I get down there and I'm in my short iron range, if I miss the shot and clip and I end up in the fairway, it's a plus 10%. If I'm really close up to the hole, it's not going to matter. And I'm balanced out as far as top spin, side spin. Taking the wind out. Is there anything else we can add onto this? And I'm also replacing the kitchen sink. Kind of balanced out. Maybe one more bar of top spin. White ring completely out. 3-2. It's about a ring and a half. Max overpower hook. And I got all of that. So, I mean, if this doesn't work, then we're going to get a good read here. Just a little too much on the inside of that. I need to go out just a little teeny bit further. Maybe like half a ring out. It's somewhere between half and where I was at. So like there's a very minute adjustment out there. I should look over to see like where the shadow's out from this palm tree over here. Like I'll go back and watch that video and see if there's a marker on the other side that I can use that's more precise. Because I'm a full ring set off of that transitional area, and now I'm trying to work out rings, and I don't have any rings over there to manipulate. Now, my opponent, if they wouldn't have overdrove that, would be in an awesome spot. But when you're this close in the sand, it really boils down to hitting perfect. It really just boils down to hitting this perfect. Oh, and I'm so far off of perfect. It's unbelievable. You take the risk when you use whenever you're using a Spitfire and a Nirvana and you're running out topspin and you're trying to use it like a rapier, You need to make sure that you're not on the same surface. You need to change surfaces. So, like if you have a rapier, ideally you want to try and get it so the second bounce is on the green, or the first bounce is on the green, and the second bounce, and every successive bounce is on the green when you run out that top spin, because the ball guide runs really true. But when you're doing that with a rapier, or excuse me, a Nirvana or a Spitfire, you really want to start it off on another surface so it slows it down a little bit, and then the ball guide runs true. So like right there, I started off on the green and I ran that top spin out, and that's why it went by it so fast. Even though the ball guide said it was going to be like right at the cup, the ball guide's lying in that situation. So that's why when I'm playing with the Spitfire and the Nirvana, a lot of times I'll be 2 roughs off or 2 transitional surfaces off. I might have missed that. It's going to be close. Because I know that each one that other surface is going to slow it down, and then the ball guide's going to run true. It's especially true when you can get one bounce on the or fairway and one bounce on the fringe, and then it hits the green, and you really know your ball guide's going to run true. Hear my dog getting at it, Buster. Buster boy. Hey there, Buster. In the hole for a birdie. Birdie. Not the way you want to start the round with a birdie, but this is a great hole to get an eagle on if I can get that shot dialed in. And I am going to go half a ring, so I'm going to race that quarter right in a half a ring. So on the backside, I got one more shot to dial that in before the weekend round, and I'm that close. Good luck in the tournament. All right, hole number 2. Hole number 2, Paradise Islands. Let's check out hole number 2. Hole number 2 is Koh Hong Resort. Hole number 4. Let's just get a visual here. Okay, I got a visual. We need to get a hole-in-one right here. I'm going to bring a Grizzly to this knife fight. And I'm bringing a Navigator, because that's the lowest one wind ball that I have. I'm doing 5 backspin, 30% wind adjustment, 1 per ring. And I don't know where I'm at in my club, and I really don't care. The deal is I'm trying to stay at the 1 per ring. So like maybe I should be doing a mid adjustment plus 10%, because a mid adjustment adds on a certain percentage for the wind, or I should be doing some other adjustment, but I'm doing a max adjustment because it's easy to work out the 1 per mile. So if your equation comes up to 4.6, it's 4.6 rings at 1 mile per hour per ring. Trying to do as little math as possible. That's one of the benefits of playing with 100% accurate clubs. So like working on those clubs to get them. So like playing with your sniper, there's several holes in this tournament where you're playing with your sniper. It's a 100% accurate club. If your sniper has the little bit of top spin or whatever it is you need on that hole, that's all you need. So you can get there even with lower level snipers. I think on one of the holes you need like 3 or 4 top spin. On another hole you need like 3 or 4 backspin. Grizzly nav, 1 per ring, 5 backspin, 30% wind adjustment. Got to hit perfect. Hey, hold on 1 second. I'm right in the middle of shooting a hole. Let me finish it.
Okay.
5 backspin. What's up, Buster boy? Get at it, man. I got Mr. No Bueno on the phone with me. Mr. No Bueno himself, 3.5. 10% would be 3.5. That'd be 1. So it'd be 4.5. Let's say 4.6. Trying to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get in the hole. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Get in. It's going to be a little short. It's going to be a little short. It is. Oh my God, right on the lip too. It looked like it was going to be short. Oh. Oh. Where's the R emoji? Were you playing PlanetSide?
Was I playing PlanetSide? No, I was fucking waking up.
Waking up. Oh, I got you. All right, birdie. We're going to end up going to a shootout here. I will forfeit. That is not the hole-in-one I was looking for. And that was all my fault. I set that up absolutely perfect. I just didn't have my distance right. All my fault. My bad. This hole right here, I'm still working this shot, so I'm gonna forfeit. I don't have the right ball to get up there. All right, that was hole number, what the hell hole was that? It was hole number 2. The Paradise Islands tournament. Opening round, Ricky division. Thanks for watching. All right, sorry about that. Did the first 2. I'll do 3 through 9, and then I'll try and shoot the last 9 in one shot, but that gives me enough room to be able to figure out what I'm doing. So where the heck are we? I think I'm on hole number 3. Where am I? Hole number 3. Hole number 3 is the Oasis. Hole number 6. Don't tell anybody. All right, the bounce diddy bounce. I'm doing like 30% on the drive. I'm taking an extra mile. A Kingmaker. Sniper. Just for the ball guide. And for the accuracy. All right, here we go. Here we roll. Off to hole number 3. Let's see what we can do on hole number 3. This is not what I would consider a high percentage Albie hole, but there is an Albie shot on it. But it's just a difficult hole to get Albie on. You could probably enhance your odds if you hit perfect on a regular basis on the shot going into the green. If you get closer to the sand trap on the right-hand side, you can put like left-hand side spin on it, where you could straighten that ball out, and it might not be too bad. But I'm not willing to flirt with that sand. That sand scares the hell out of me. Okay, 3.7, and I'm doing a 30% wind adjustment. So that's 4. That's a 4 or 5. So it's about a 5 ring pull. So there's 5. About 2.5 rings. Isn't it perfect? Let's see if that wind adjustment gets that second bounce. So the second bounce is on this fairway and then making the bounce over. I was ending up in the rough down there. I was just doing a straight up adjustment, and I was ending up where it was pushing it too far. So I'm taking more wind out. And that seems to be working. That's the second time I've hit that with no, that's the third. I hit it twice with my on account. Practice accounts. It's good to have one practice account that's right there by your main. I'm not sure how people play as many. Like, I have teammates that have like 8 accounts. How the heck do you play 8 accounts? I don't think I'd be that good if I played 8 accounts. I think at some point I'd get burned out, or I'd peak, and then it'd be all downhill from there. See if my opponent can get it where they want it. They hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. In the fairway. They clipped the rough though. I shortened it up so that makes the sniper shot coming in a little bit harder. It's hard to get up all the way with your ball guide to the cup. I'm going to get over as far as I can. I'm going to get 3 rings. Where's my second bounce? You got 4 rings off. Just try and dial it up there to it. It's a little short. I'm doing 15%, so that's 3. That's 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 3, 5. Oh. I know I should have hit it from the other way. It was jogging on that side. Just a little low of the cup. The lower you stay down there, the less that curvature of the up there. If you get right down on that sand, the deal is if you get right down on that rough, it's not the first bounce. Like you can get really close. It's the second bounce is like right there. And the way you would normally keep that second bounce away from that is you'd add on a little bit of curl. And I don't want to involve curl on that shot. Because if you add curl onto that shot, that's a whole variable. Like you may hit it one time and go, man, that was so easy. And then you go back and you just can't get back to that spot. Let's see if they make it in. Let's see if our opponent can hit the perfect. Let's see if they lined it up right. And they're on the lower track down there where they were butting up against that. So they were trying to keep it flat down at the bottom. They were too low though. I definitely do not want to involve that hillside, so oh, I missed that. Whew. I'm glad I was that close. I'm glad that I was that close. Jeez. That would have been a horrible mess. Horrible. Chip in to draw. Come on, dude. Get in the hole. If you say normally when we come here with our rapier, we would try and run out the topspin, but we don't want to do that on this hole because it's so steep that it makes our ball guide go all wonky. So my opponent put, in my opinion, too much backspin, so they lost their ball guide. See, they have that little teeny tail down there. If they took off like a bar and a half of backspin, they would get that ball guide back. And so there is no way, they're way off the hole. Like if they take that shot right there, that shot is never going to make it from there. Like never in a million years is that shot going to make it. I'm going to be absolutely disgusted in the game if that shot goes in. They are way off. Yeah, I mean, that's right where he aimed it, dude. Like at that spot up there, the wind may take, if the wind is a factor with a 4.6, that's like half a cup. That's just slightly over half a cup. So you would not want to be farther than that off that cup. I wouldn't even go outside of the cup. It's one of those deals. Dude. If I'd have had that guy on the phone, I could have walked him through that. All right, that was hole number 3. Let's go to hole number 4. Paradise Islands. Opening round. Hole number 4. Da-da-da-da. Oasis, hole number 7. Hole number 7. Come on. Roll it up there. Okay, I'm trying something new on this hole, and I am down to, I finally figured out the ball club combo, so it's Sniper Kingmaker. Tried using a katana. It's the 3 side spin is absolutely essential. It's only those 2 clubs. Sniper. I'm doing a plus 20%. I'm going at it from the right hand side as far right as I possibly can. And that 20% is key. And I'm doing a max adjustment. All right, here we roll. Hole number 4. My whole goal today is to shoot the minimum score, which is minus 24, and I'm trying to pick up 1 per side, so I'm trying to get a minus 26. And we're just like trying to dial in these holes. I've practiced with these numbers in my practice account in the qualifying round. We had a practice day, and then we had a qualifying day, and then I had opening round in my practice account. And so now we're trying to see like where we're at going into the weekend round. I'll go back and watch the videos because some of the stuff is just like intuitive, like some of the holes that worked out and some of the holes I was still just a little off. And I was off on more than I was on. So like which holes am I off on? And which holes am I down to just where if I hit it perfect, it's like it has a serious chance of going in the hole. Get in the hole, ball. Go home. That is not going to go in the hole. All right, I have no idea what the adjustment is, so I'm just going to have to make it on the fly. But I know it's not much. I think it's like max and like a ring and a half of backspin. All right, 2-4. I'm doing a 20%, so that's going to be 5. So that's 2-9. It's about 2-9. And I'm going to lean just a little. Hitting it perfect. And we'll see how close that gets down there. And the ball guide's still lying. My distance is still off, and I need to lean just a little bit more. I think that's about as far as I can get where the ball guide, like if I go any more to the left, the ball guide's straightening out, and the ball wants to run straight. And if I go any more to the right, it switches around down there and it snakes on the other side of that, and it wants to go to the right. And so I'm right there at the end. So the only way I'm going to get it to go to bring it towards the cup is to lean on it just a little. But I like that shot as far as like when I come in there, I seem like I have a lot of control over the ball. And I think maybe just a little teeny bit. If you put on a little teeny bit more backspin, you could curl it. You could bring it to the left. The tail will move a little bit to the left if you got left-hand side spin on it. If you put a little more backspin on it, but instead of, I don't think I can use any more backspin. I think I need to use probably like 1 topspin, or excuse me, 1 backspin instead of 1.5, and that'll make the tail a little bit longer. That'll at least make it so that when I'm down there, if I'm on the right trajectory, I'll go past the hole because I need to pick up a little bit more distance. But I'm working that's a brand new shot to me. I've never shot from that area over there before, and I'm doing that shot all week long, and that's it. That's the only shot I'm doing because I'm going to learn how to play this hole in a different spot. I may find that spot sucks just as bad, or I may work it out, but I've sucked just as bad on every other shot that I've ever taken on this hole, so why not suck just as bad on that shot? All right, that was hole number 4 of the Paradise Islands tournament. Thanks for watching. What was I thinking? I stopped the video. I'll have to hook those together. All right, hole number 5. I'm so used to stopping the video at the end of them. Hole number 5. What is hole number 5? Hole number 5 is Oasis. Hole number 8. Oasis, hole number 8. All right, Extra Mile, Kingmaker. This tournament is sponsored by Kingmaker. And for those of you without Kingmakers, Titans will work in almost every spot. It's just we're taking the wind off on both shots, so why not bring some stuff? That'll work. That will work. I'm just trying to get into my Hornet range. And it's like one less than max topspin, maybe two. It's definitely not max topspin. Max topspin, you will over. If you're playing with an extra mile 8, it's max topspin. If you're playing with an extra mile 9, it's not max topspin. It's however much you can get in an extra mile 8, and a little bit more. So it's 2 less than max. Yeah, that looks about right. 3/8. That's about 2 rings. I'll put a little bit of curl on it just to bring it back to the fairway on the other end on the second bounce. Isn't it perfect? So I should be 2 rings off of that surface, and then I should be 2 rings off of that surface. Just bleeding it up there. 366 to 370 is like the range that that's where I've been landing. And in that range right there, I'm in mid club. So it's 1.75 per ring. And I need to run the ball guide through and I'm not doing any wind adjustment here because I haven't figured out, I haven't been able to get this shot to go in. I want to just be like base numbers and be off and see what that looks like a few times. So I know that I have to do something because I've had, it's been hit or miss here because the rough bump seems like it's not running out like it's supposed to. And the ball guide's is lying to you. And in the past, that's never happened. The ball guide was not lying to you. That's like a new deal. On these rough bumps, if you had your ball guide up there, that's how it went. So I'm 2 rings off the transitional surface. Make sure I'm going through the hole. 2-2, I'm at 1.75. So there's 1.75. That leaves me 4. That's about a quarter. So that's 1 1/4. I'm just going to try and hit it straight up. Oh, and I freaking caught a great to the left. I would have loved to have seen what that looked like in a perfect. And that's the deal on this is like I get one shot like that, and the next shot I hit a great to the left, and it gets stuck in the rough, and it just bounces off. I mean, it's a chip up there because you've got what you're putting on it. It's going to bounce out. And so, but it'll be down there on the fringe, and it's like it didn't have any kind of speed at all. There's like a happy medium down there. But it's definitely, if you get your ball guide where you're running your ball guide right up to the cup, your ball guide's lying, and it'll end up short. You need to be through the cup. And I might be hitting from the wrong part of the rough. I think I'm having to put a little bit of side spin on there, and maybe I need to come at it a little bit where I can come at it without having to use so much side spin. I'm working it. I need to hit a perfect on this, and then it'll change my whole deal because and this may be one of those holes that I know that we can get an eagle on this, but I just never figure it out all week. And that's possible. But I think I'm right there. We will see. We will see after I hit one perfect on that, where I hit perfect just with a regular wind adjustment. We'll know. So hopefully on the back I can catch one perfect so that we can make good notes. Oh, I'm sitting here minding my own business, and my dog is chewing my laces on my shoe. I had to tie my shoes like 10 times today. You hear him? He's going at it. Get on it, buddy. Vicious dog. Shoot out. Oh, I'm not doing shootouts. Not unless I have the right ball. What ball did I bring here? I brought a Kingmaker. So I'm gonna do the shootout only because I'm trying to work out the deal down here. And we've got a different kind of wind, so we can test the wind stuff, and it's a 20% wind adjustment. I think I only need to use one topspin, or excuse me, one backspin instead of the 1 and a little that I've been using. So it's max and 1. And I'm gonna just dial it up to the cup. See if I move it any more that way to try and get it straight, it gets into the wonky part of the fairway. So I'm gonna bring it over here as far as I can. Give myself a little more room. It's 20%, so that's 4, that's 8, it's 4, 5. So it's probably somewhere in the 4-4 range. And that puts me about a ring and a half into power. And I hit 1 ring great to the right. I've got this little dog here, and there's a hawk that lives in our neighborhood, and he's out today. I can hear him out there screaming. Good game. Would have been better if I would have been able to do that without putting any overpower on it. It's probably not a shot to take if there's overpower. It's probably the bounce over with headwind like that. All right, that was a little bonus content on the end of that hole. Hole number 6, let's get on it. Hole number 6, what is hole number 6? Koh Hung Resort, hole number 3. I don't even remember these holes. Koh Hung Resort, hole number 3. All right. Rock, Kingmaker. This tournament is sponsored by Kingmaker. We aren't the king of balls, we're the king makers. All right. Let's see if we can get this in the hole. Let's just go out there and play it. We've got a par 5 here. We definitely have a shot at Alvey on this hole. So 10% on the drive, 0% to the cup. So I'm adding on 10% onto the drive. I'm driving on, and I'm putting on 1 tick of curl. Which is 10%. Max top spin and however much side spin I can eke on there. I want to make sure my second bounce is right on the edge of the rough. 2 miles an hour with 10%, so 2.2. It's about 2.3, 2.4. That might even be 1 tick, 10%. And I hit 1 ring great to the left. 1 bounce, 2 bounces, 2 rings off on both of them. Could have hit it 2 rings great to the left and maybe 2 rings great to the right. The inside, the second ring on the right is the fairway shortens up, and they may bleed off into the fairway right there. But you can get up with a Nirvana from that spot because you're far enough forward up here that you can get on from there. It's not the preferred way to go at it, but trying to give myself as much room as possible on that shot. That was a delivery system. That whole deal is that this is the shot that we paid the price of admission for right here. So the next shot is the shot that we did. So we just tried to put ourselves in the right spot so that it would really be nice right now if I had a sniper in my bag, because it's 1 per ring, and I'm going to do a 0%. I'm just going to do a 1 per ring wind adjustment. I'm not going to add on any elevation. I want to see what it looks like. I think it's right on. It may be off a little, but we're going to find out. I'm trying to hit this perfect because I've tried several adjustments on here and I'm back to 0. 3.6, 1.0 per ring, so it's 3.5, 3.6. Just trying to hit it perfect. Oh, and I hit it great to the left. Damn it. My perfect timing is gone now. And a great to the left was in the hole. So that means I did an overpull. I had originally on here a minus 10% is what I originally had. And that's the first time I've made the Albi all week. And the deal is I hit a great to the left. So it's been like I was doing an adjustment. I was doing an additional adjustment. It seemed like I was off. I was off on the right-hand side. I was off. And I kept messing around with it. And that's why I went back to 0, because like that number, like adding wind on, just didn't seem like it was working for me. So maybe I need to do a minus 10%. And maybe that's the deal. Because I make Albies on this in one-on-one play, but if I'm playing with, like if I come out here with a bigger club that's got a bigger ring stuff, I'll round that up. Maybe the deal is I'm catching it when I'm taking wind off. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch that video and see what I did. But that's definitely a video to watch, because that's the first one I've hit all week, and it was a great to the left. So that's like a one ring great to the left. And that would be 1 mile per hour. And so, you know, like I didn't add anything on. Like, what would we take off? And it would just be like a percentage, like a 10% deal. The way that works, if you think about it, is you've got here's your bullseye, and the angle flares out. So like down here, when you're looking at your rings, and you're thinking, hey, that's just a very minute adjustment. But where that telegraphs out to when you moved it off of the center, the farther out you go from that point, the bigger this gap gets. So it was a very minute adjustment down here, but down here it was a big adjustment. So like when you're just off the edge of the cup like that, it's not like, hey, I need to move a whole ring. But what it's telling you is you were on the wrong side of the ring. And so you need to get on the other side of that ring. And so like that's where those 10%, 15%, 20% come in, because you're trying to shorten that swing on the end, if that makes sense. Damn. Golf Clash. I'll take it though. I'll take that. I will take the eagle on that. Or take the Albi. That's going to be a great tiebreaker right there. Great tiebreaker. All right, hole number 7. Hole number 7. Da 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 da. Oasis. We're back on the Oasis holes. Oasis, hole number 5. I think most of the Oasis holes that we're getting right now are the newer ones. Now we're on the Oasis, hole number 5. Oasis, hole number 5. We're on the fish hole. All right, straight up adjustment. Guardian, 7 backspin. I got a Guardian in any of these bags, I do. I'm taking a turkey ball as it cuts the wind down. All right, here we go. Ready to roll. I need a Guardian and a turkey ball. I'm doing 7 backspin. It's 1 for 1. I'm doing a 20% wind adjustment, which is 1.2 times whatever the stuff is, whatever the wind is, divided by 1.2 per ring. So whatever the wind is, that's how many rings I'm moving. I'm not doing any adjustment other than 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 less than max of backspin. And I'm getting out here and I'm trying to line it up on that second so that I'm going right on the outside of the cup. And I'm going to move 1.4 rings. And I lost my grid. There's 1.5. 0.4. Oh, that was anticipation on my part. I had it. I had the timing right. And I anticipated it. And look at that. That's 2 times I've hit a great. I hit a great to the left on the last one. I went in the hole. And I hit a great to the right here and I went in the hole. Look at that shit. Look at that. And I'm bending up to the left. So I've been hitting perfects in here and bending up to the left. And so I started off on the left-hand edge of the cup. The way the wind's blowing, I don't know that I'm working out enough of the wind with the 20% wind adjustment. I may need to move it just a little teeny bit more. Because you really want to hit the perfect and go in and not the great to the right, but I'll take it. And once again, that's like a 10%. So that'd be like a 30%. And then I'd have to, now the math isn't as fun. In the hole. Hole in one. That's what I'm talking about. We're having a good round. Starting it up. Picking up a couple shots. Getting lucky. If you can't be good, be lucky. That's the motto. All right, hole number 8. Paradise Islands. What is hole number 8? Hole number 8 is Koh Hong Resort. Hole number 5. All right, I'm doing the max overpower hook shot, and I am half the blue ring or quarter blue ring in rough. I'm moving out. I tried moving in to see where the tolerance was moving in, and the tolerance is zippo, zilcho, not a chance in hell. So I've moved back out to my original spot. Let's open up a chest, get one rolling. Always want an empty slot. Got some extra miles there. I was playing a buddy of mine, Dale Appleby. I posted some video, like an hour and a half of him and me and him playing. We were just out there playing. We were talking on the phone, and I had the phone sitting here so that you guys could hear him talking. Well, and we were just out playing. And those Tour 2 holes are awesome because you're practicing with your short iron. And I just upgraded my short iron, and so the numbers on it are different. And I wanted to go out and play my short iron on almost every hole. And the Tour 2 holes are a great like training ground for testing out your short iron so that you can really get used to the numbers and really get used to playing with your short iron into the cup. Especially if you play with a short iron that has great ball guide and accuracy, like a Hornet. And I know that a Thorn, when it gets upper developed, has great ball guide. But accuracy really is a big deal. And that is like the perfect spot if you're going to hit over there. That's like the perfect spot. You're way down in the shadows. You're all good to go. It's 4.5 and 6. Blue ring off when it's fully extended. 3-9. That's about a 2 ring pull. And I got every single bit of that. Every single bit of that. So if that doesn't go, it can't be done. And that is perfectly down the pipe. Perfect. Perfect. And that's a quarter ring off into the rough, or the blue ring's off into the rough, taking the wind out. And there's very little tolerance down there. So like if you get your blue ring right on the rough transition between the rough and the fairway, that's too close. And so you want to be down there like somewhere between like an 8 1/4 All right, we got a serious look at it here with a short iron. And I should be, I'll have to find out where I'm at in my club, because I haven't taken the shot from down here, but it looks to me like it's absolutely flat. So it's going to be like whatever it is, that's what it's going to be. There isn't going to be any elevation adjustment. It looks pretty damn flat down there. Nice shot. Nice shot, man. Okay, first of all, where am I at in my club? There's min. There's max. So I'm right at mid club. So it's at 1.75 per ring. I'm going to dial it up to the cup. So 1.75. So there's 3.5 right there. That leaves me 4. 1.75. So that's about a quarter. So 2 1/4 rings. Oh, man, if I could catch some perfects here at the end. I was on a stretch there at the beginning on perfects. That is like right there. It was a little longer than what I wanted. I think if I'd have been on track there and I hit that perfect, it would have hit the flagpole, and there's a good chance it would have went in, but it was a little long. I needed to put just a little teeny bit more backspin on it, like that tail, because I had a tailwind. I could be a little short of it and let it bleed forward. That's the shot that you're working for out there, and you miss it. And the deal is that you still have a ton of work to do. Even if you get the drive right, you have a ton of work to do to get in this hole. This is not an easy hole to get an eagle on, but I definitely think that if we can get in short iron range, you have a much better shot of getting eagle than you do from with your long iron or your wood. So the risk versus reward. I know that if you end up in the sand, you can get up and down. I did have an epic fail on it in my auto account today. I was trying to work wind out, because I'm trying to work, if you're going to be in that sand, I want to know like what kind of shot I would have, like would I add wind on, or where would I hit? I think I have the right ball. I can try my shot here. I can practice it. It's max and 1. So as far as distance, like I'm right on track right there. So it's 2.4. I'm adding on 20%. So there's 2.4. And then I'm going to add on list. That's how much I added last time. I'm going to add twice that much on. I'm really going to lean to the left. Oh, and I hit it great to the right. And you're barely clipping the rough down there. Barely clipping the rough. I'll have to go back and watch that. When I watch that, boy, let me tell you, I barely clipped that rough. Barely. That wind adjustment did not, I don't think that wind adjustment was super good for that side. The way the wind was blowing, it was blowing me. I was trying to be as centered in that fairway as I possibly could. And the wind pushed me. It's like the wind pushed me back towards the edge more. I have to go back and look at that and see what the deal was. I'm done with shots like that on this hole. I'm going to figure out a way so that because most of the ways that you come into this, the ball, depending on how the ball hit on that uneven territory on the first bounce, you might be on a trajectory that you have no idea. Like you just rolled the dice. All right, that was hole number 8. Hole number 9. All right, we got hole number 9. I'll have to put some of these videos together. So hole number 9 is hole number 9 of Cove Hunt Resort. We got a serious Albie look here. Serious Albie look. So this is all rock and Kingmaker once again. This tournament is sponsored by Kingmaker. We are the kings. I have 3 of them left. I better buy some so I don't run out on the course. Kingmaker, Extra Mile, no. Rock, yes. Sniper, yes. Clearing up a slot. Look at all of the admin stuff you have to do just to get back on the course. That's why when you're out there and somebody wants to replay, you don't get caught up in all this stuff. You just go replay. Hell, dude, we're already there. Rock, Kingmaker. Oh. I don't have my curl line up. Sniper, 20%. Ball guide is a little short. It's actually running a little long. I want my ball guide to be a little short. All right, you get on it, cowboy. Come on, man. Let's see that extra mile rough bump right there. We got it, bud. Oh, dude. Like, where are you trying to hit this? I can't believe that would be enough. I guess you're trying to do a rough bump there. All right. If that's how you wanted to deliver yours, this is like, I guess, one mailman being better than another mailman. I'm really, like, I may tank this shot, but I will tell you that it was a lot more controlled. You definitely want on a shot like this, you want to have control over your ball. I mean, this is a shot. You got a legitimate shot at Albie here, but if you screw this shot up, you just took Eagle off the table. 1.9. It's 2 rings. With a little bit of curl to bring it back over towards the fairway. Hitting it perfect. Trying to get myself up more towards the fronds where I'm like, my trajectory's taking me more towards the frond part. That's perfect. And that's about as far as I can get with that rock without having to move way up where I have to put a lot of curl on it. You got to remember it's running a little short, and he didn't take the wind out. So we'll see. This should end up short of the cut, but it's going to be pretty far up there because it's rolling out long. It might be up on the green, but it's going to be short. Nice trajectory though. So why do we bring a 3 power ball? So that we can get all the way to the cup. It's running a little long, so I'm going to leave it a little short. I'm going to be aiming right at it. It's 1.9, 20%, so I'm going to count that as 2.4. It's probably more towards 2.3, so there's 2.5. So there's probably 2.4. Isn't it perfect? Give myself a look at it right there. Get in the hole. Let's see if I'm going to get good graphics. No, those aren't good graphics. Those are crappy graphics. Come on, man. It's like I overpulled it. I'm going to go back. I did a 10% and I ended up short on the other side. So I did a 20% and I ended up short right there. It's like it's right there in between. So I'm going to do a 15%. The 10 has not worked for me and the 20 has not worked for me. So I'm going to do a plus 15%. Let's see if we can find some happy ground in the middle, because I have literally missed it that close. That's just a light adjustment off. I'm not even sure how my round went. I haven't even been paying attention to the score, so I'm not sure what I got on the front. I've been just going out there and just trying to play my notes, just trying to have fun and just play the holes and not really think too much about it. I know what the goal is on all these holes, so now it's just a matter of like when you get to that spot and you go, damn, I got all the right stuff. Definitely do not want to practice that hole. Definitely. Good luck in the tournament. All right, what'd we end up with? Minus 14. All right. That means I picked up 2. So that puts me on my track of where I'd really like to be. So my goal going into the opener was I'd like to be somewhere in the 26 to 28 range for tiebreakers, and then like looking at the weekend round is trying to be within the 28 to 30 range. And I know that you can shoot much better scores than that. So I mean, I know it's totally possible. It's totally possible to get a 34 on this. So, but I think that a 32 would be like a monster round, and a 30 is like where my realistic goal is. So my notes say 30 minus 30 plus for the weekend round. And so I'd really like to prep myself up. So a 28 today would be good, and I at least put myself on track for it. So we'll see how we do on the back nine. All right. Thanks for watching.